We are live. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Too Sweet Converse, brought to you by Too Sweet Cosplay. This is episode 21. This should be fun. What's up? I am Nico.
Hey everyone, Steve-O here.
Wow, Car, what up, peeps?
EJV, man. About to give you the best of both worlds. Ha ha!
Nice.
Nice, man.
So, this past Monday on Raw, we saw a women's championship bout between champion Asuka and Mickie James, a multi-time women's champion, go at it. There was a bit of a confusing ending to that, which we will briefly talk about in the discussion. But the main topic in this is that post-match, Zelina Vega, mostly recognized as a manager of Andrade and Angel Garza, came out to make a difference. She wants to make a name for herself. So she came out and challenged Asuka post-match to a future match, more than likely for the Raw Women's Championship. So considering that she hasn't done so many matches in the WWE itself, however, she does have experience in Impact Wrestling and such. Do you guys think she does deserve a women's championship match, or is this too soon? Who would like to start this one off? Nico, go for it.
First of all, real quick, brief note about the Mickie James finish. I understand why the referee did what he did. It was a little confusing at first, but once everything was explained of why he made the decision, I was totally fine with it. I think they should run it back. Potentially, by run it back, I mean let Mickie James and Asuka wrestle each other again for the title. The match was really good. I was enjoying it. For the Thunderdome audience, I know it's kind of hard because you don't get that type of crowd live atmosphere, but they made it work, and they were telling a really good story. Would love to see those two wrestle again. They're two of the best in the entire industry. Let them run it back. But now on to the main topic here of what we're talking about. Does Zelina Vega deserve a shot at the Raw Women's title? It looks like that was the direction WWE was going regardless of who won the match between Asuka and Mickie James on Monday. I love it. Zelina is somebody who can go on the mic. She's a Puerto Rican. She's a Puerto Rican from New York, so she can go. She can talk into the building. She has the wrestling in-ring experience on the independent scene and on Impact Wrestling. Even though we haven't seen much of it in WWE, I promise you she can work to the point where she can tell the story that needs to be told along with Asuka. But the most thing that's going to carry her into this is her mic skills. I think that's going to carry her just fine with this program. Can't wait to see where this goes. I mean, maybe they throw Mickie James in there and they make it a three-way dance of some sort. Maybe they just leave it between Zelina and Asuka. We'll have to wait and see. It's pretty early to tell right now, but I love the fact that Zelina's getting a shot because it's something new, it's something different, it's something fresh. It's the one thing we're all clamoring for in WWE to give us new storylines, new ideas, and new contenders for championships. I think this is a step in the right direction. And trust me when I tell you, Zelina Vega is going to deliver with this opportunity, whether she wins the title or not.
Yeah, I'm going to start off like what Nico said and just say that, with the whole Mickie James situation, it was confusing. It was a little bit baffling at first. From what it seemed like it was just an honest mistake by the ref because he might have maybe he thought Mickie was selling so good that the pain that she was in, maybe he thought it was legit, and he was stopping the match to protect her health. And if that was the case, it happens, and I feel bad for Mickie, but I also feel bad for the ref because he was just making a judgment call based on what he thought he saw. And sometimes that happens. We've seen it before happen in wrestling. It's not that uncommon. So with that being said, Zelina Vega, I think she does deserve a title shot for where everybody was adjusting to no audience, no crowd. Zelina Vega was one of the few people that adjusted very well. To a lot of people, she was the MVP during that the first few months of the pandemic because where a lot of the wrestlers were struggling to connect with the crowd not being there. Zelina Vega still had the promo work to make sure that she was still getting her voice out there and talking people into watching the show. And to me, she didn't have to wrestle as much she don't have to wrestle as much, period, to prove that she could get you into a building if she wanted to, because she is that good on the mic. And I will go with my compadre Nico and agree 100% that Zelina Vega is a great wrestler. She's a great competitor. We saw it in Impact Wrestling before, as a tag team and as a singles. On the independent circuit, she's very well known. She's had a few matches here in WWE. Not as much as, a lot of people think she should. But I think she's going to surprise a lot of people who doubt her skills due to her not being in ring as often as she has been over the past few years. That's just my opinion. But I feel like that she's going to show a lot of people and prove a lot of people wrong. And I think her and Asuka are going to put on one hell of a program, whether it be for the women's title eventually or whatever. I think that's where they're going in that direction. But to me, Zelina and Asuka is going to be a great program and a refreshing program for the Raw Women's Division.
Very nice. Wild card, what's your take on Zelina Vega entering the women's title scene on Raw?
I feel like we don't really give a lot of credit to Zelina Vega. Because much like what my colleagues said, she can definitely, she's very multi-talented. She's very multi-talented on the mic, and she's very multi-talented with her managerial skills. But I feel like for me, I don't really see her enough in the ring, at least in WWE. Of course, I've seen her in her previous stints in Impact Wrestling, so I know for a fact that she can go in the ring. But, in terms of WWE, I just feel like I don't see that very often. So this would be a nice, fresh of breath air to see that, just see some new challengers contend for that women's championship, especially for somebody of, the talent, the caliber of Zelina Vega, because like we basically have said, she can definitely go. She's got all the talent in the world to really be one of the top female superstars in WWE. I feel like she just does a really good job as a manager role that I think people forget that she can actually be good in the ring as well. So, I'm pretty excited about that, just to see what happens with it. As for the whole Mickie James situation, I can't really put my 2 cents into that just because I wasn't able to watch Raw this past week. But I was definitely informed about what had happened. It was just one of the things where it was just, bad timing, I guess. That was just unfortunate. It's just so these things kind of just happen so quickly that you just can't help but you have to make quick draw decisions. So, I can't blame the ref for doing what he was supposed to do. But I think it was just a case of lack of communication in this case there too, because I feel like that maybe there was just some form of miscommunication prior to the match even happening that may have caused this incident to occur. So, but again, back to Zelina Vega, I do wish the best for her, and I do hope that she does get a run at that women's title, because it'd be nice to see that around her waist.
Very nice. So, starting off with the whole Mickie James controversial ending, I was very confused. I was watching the match. It was a very good back and forth. I turned my head away for a bit. I think I was making dinner or something. But, I heard the ending. I was like, wait, what happened? Did Asuka make her tap? Or like, that sounded like a confusing ending. So I was like, oh, is Mickie legitimately injured? That I was waiting for the playback, but they didn't get to it. So I was very confused. I get it. The ref must have thought she was legitimately injured. People were going back and forth saying things like, oh, she's legitimately injured, or Mickie looked like she didn't want to, he was like, what the hell happened? Why is this continuing? So, it's unfortunate. I think they should right the wrong either next week on Raw. I think they may have 2 more Raws before the Night of Champions or Clash of Champions pay-per-view. I'd say give them one more match just to kind of right the wrong. But, yeah, that that's kind of how I see it. So getting on to Zelina Vega, mind you, let me just say that yeah, I'm happy that she's in the scene. So I'm happy that she's actually going to be wrestling more. I do have some concerns that maybe they are pushing her just a little too soon for that. However, you can't be beggars can't be choosers. You have to kind of choose just kind of like what you want. I'd say that, I'm happy that she's going to be in the scene. I was trying to think of feuds that she could have. I was thinking, okay, maybe Bianca Belair, maybe Mickie James, but they really don't have too many options at the time, especially since the women's division, Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott are feuding with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. So I say this is a good feud. Inject some more women's talent into the division. Zelina Vega's great. She's shown herself in Impact Wrestling. Even in the Royal Rumble, I was happy to see her wrestling. So I think that it would be great. I think that it's great that she's actually going to be wrestling more. So from there, I'm happy, and we'll see how it goes. So next topic. It's a bit of a rumor going on. Nothing is concretely confirmed on this. It's Ricochet is leaving the WWE. Rumors have started circulating as of yesterday that Ricochet would be resigning. WrestleVotes was kind of alluding to him being a potential wrestler that would be, resigning. And Ricochet himself has like a question in the dirt sheet saying, hey, how did you hear about this? This isn't true at all. He's denying these claims at this time. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Ricochet is telling the truth? Do you think that he isn't pursuing a leave from the WWE, or do you think there might be some things that may be true? And who would like to take this one to start? Nico, go for it.
See, this is what's weird. I think it's a little bit of both. Now that I've had more time to think about it, because obviously, I mean, he came out right away and immediately shot down the rumors, saying where are all these dirt sheets getting all their information, etc., etc. But it would make the most sense for him to leave, but it would also make the most sense for him to stay, especially now with the climate that we're all in this world. Obviously, Ricochet is a amazing talent in WWE. Is he being underutilized in WWE? Yeah, probably. But then again, you can make the argument for no, because right now he's technically feuding with the Hurt Business. But I don't know, because if he leaves WWE, where's he gonna go? He ain't gonna go to AEW and get lost in the shuffle there, just like he's at WWE. The only place I could honestly see Ricochet going right now, if he were to leave the WWE, is New Japan. And right now, because of this pandemic we're all in, some of New Japan's top stars can't even get to New Japan. The G1 is this weekend. It starts, and Will Ospreay's stuck in England. Switchblade Jay White is stuck in Florida. So, New Japan is missing talent right now. So I don't know if Ricochet would be able to get over to Japan because of, the climate we're all living in due to this pandemic. Also, I believe he's still in a very serious relationship with NXT superstar Kat. I can't pronounce her last name. The girl from Ninja Warrior. You know who I'm talking about. My apologies. I cannot pronounce her last name properly, and I didn't want to butcher it. But so she's technically still under a contract for WWE and NXT. I don't think he would want to leave, and then that cause any backstage heat on her. Plus, they're living together in Florida, I believe. So I necessarily don't see him leaving. I don't know the status of his contract. But then again, he could be swerving us by shooting down the rumors. But we'll just have to wait and see. I don't fully expect him to leave, but we'll see.
Very nice, Nico. Who would like to take this one next? Give their thoughts. Wildcard?
I guess I'll do it here. All right. So that'd be kind of a disappointing loss if that was the case for Ricochet. Just because I felt like he basically has left his mark in WWE for being a indie guy, it's not very often that somebody from the indies, I feel like, would make such an impact on just the such a big company as WWE. And he's a former North American champion who he made his mark in NXT, and to also come to the main roster, he's had some success, but would it bother me if he left? Not really, because I feel like he's just too damn talented to really be left out in the dust. Because I feel like that wherever he may end up, whether he stays in WWE, maybe he goes back to the Indies, I don't know. He's going to find success either way, no matter where he goes, because the guy has money. The guy's one of the most talented high flyers in the game today, and it would be very disappointing to lose him, especially in the WWE, because I feel like that having him showcased in WWE is going to allow fans to realize who Ricochet really is. And but like I said before, he's going to find success either way wherever he ends up.
Very nice. EJB, your thoughts on the Ricochet rumors?
To me, the whole Ricochet thing to me is to me, it's less there's some concrete evidence to this. I'm not really gonna buy into Ricochet leaving, even though it could be a possibility. Like any other time, we've seen so many wrestlers in the past say, "I'm not leaving. I'm not signing with this company. I'm not signing with this corporation, whatever," and they end up doing it. And it's usually just a ploy to get the press off their back so they can make a big splash. I don't know about Ricochet because I feel like that he's still getting opportunities. He's still getting TV time, and I think that's what makes it for him. It's not just a paycheck for him. To me, I think he just wants the TV time, and I think he just wants to be on there. And the more he's featured on there, I think the happier he is. And that's just from what I think, not personally knowing Ricochet or anything like that. Like I said, it's all just a rumor right now. There's no concrete evidence that it's actually going to happen. And until then, I'm going to say that Ricochet is not going anywhere. I think he's going to stay with WWE for a long time. If he does leave, though, like I said, New Japan could be an option, but with the borders closed and them only doing New Japan in the USA and in their respective Japan separately, I don't see Ricochet going there. And the talent pool in AEW, I think, is already pretty much filled up for now. And Impact, I think they just signed a bunch of people already. I think they don't need to be spending way too much money with no crowds bringing in revenue. So that's just my opinion. I think Ricochet stays with WWE no matter what.
Okay, so my thoughts on Ricochet. Very talented individual. He's a great superstar. I always enjoy his action. He was on a bit of a hot streak when he came to the main roster at first. He had a good tag team going with Aleister Black. They got shots for the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT tag team titles that whole WrestleMania 35 weekend. I know they didn't win the tag team titles, but they put on a hell of a showing. Later on, though, Ricochet did go on to win the United States champion, defeating Samoa Joe, I believe. However, the tides have turned, after a while. I guess, he wasn't really impressing with his mic skills with Vince McMahon. And later on in Saudi Arabia, he had a match against Brock Lesnar, and it was kind of downhill from there. I haven't really seen any hints of recovery since then. He tried that whole tag team with Cedric Alexander, and now Cedric's part of the Hurt Business and leaving Ricochet behind in the dust. So it is a shame that, that he's kind of down in the card, but we'll see what happens. Would I be upset? No. I like Ricochet, but I think he could utilize his talents elsewhere. His mic skills aren't the best, if we're being honest. But, they could with the right booking, they should be able to find some role he could play significantly to the card. But it is a total shame that he is not taking off, and fortunately this isn't working for him. He's denying the rumors. Maybe he is happy in the current position he is, but just being able to perform for the world on TV in a wider range and just stay able to, make some good money while doing so. Whatever he decides, I wish him the best and hope it goes well for him. So, all right, guys, thank you all for your thoughts on the Ricochet situation. Now on to one of our favorite segments of the week. It's Cosplayer of the Week. This week's cosplayer is, and I apologize if I botched the name, Sarajit Dasgupta is his name. He has been featured on the Too Sweet Cosplay page before. Wildcard, would you like to read the next line?
Sure. I just had to make sure my mic was on there.
No
So
problem.
his first cosplay was back in 2017, and his first convention cosplay meetup was Nerd Meet 2.0.
Yeah. So he started to watch WWE religiously starting in 2000.
Power outage. I apologize on that.
Oh, no problem.
All good. All right, last line it is here. Okay, so let me say that again here. When we asked who his favorite wrestler was, he said, "There's just one, and that is The Undertaker." Good choice right there. And that happens to be his most signature cosplay. But there's more featured in this video.
We are back. So that was Sarajit Dasgupta. Those were some of his awesome cosplays. If you wish to be a cosplayer of the week, be sure to send us a message onto the Too Sweet Cosplay Facebook page, and maybe you could be a cosplayer of the week.
Oh, yeah. Send us your stuff.
And be sure to like us at Too Sweet Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And from all of us, thank you all for watching and have a great week. Too
Good
Sweet.
night.